Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm a Shadow, and I know it is pretty early to be talking about this, but I kind of want to. And that is going to be about Reg H, which I'm kind of interested to see kind of what it will be. So first off, it's a pretty obvious guess. Double restricted. So this is kind of just be you get one restricted, you get another. You just get two restricted. And this is pretty basic. To be honest, I think this could change up the meta a little bit. I think it allows for quite a few of the more niche options to be better, such as your Ho-Ohs, your Lugias, your Lunala, and Palkias, Dialgas. I think those become better in the double restricted. I think Terapagos gets a lot worse, but I think there's a lot more you can do with the double restricted. My team around is Calyrex, Ice, and Miraidon being a good pairing just because they're just too solid and kind of have some good synergy. I think we could also have the return of Shadow and Calyrex, Shadow, and Zacian. I think that could be a return, being the two fastest for hyper offense teams. But I'm kind of interested to if there was a Reg H, how much it would absolutely change the meta. If they'll be switching, I could see those two being kind of some big cores. But I do think that Calyrex is paired with Miraidon. I think absolutely Zacian. I think Zamazenta gets a bit worse. I think Zamazenta is still going to be good. It'll be a bit less strong. But other options I've personally thought of is, what if we did kind of a Regulation A kind of thing? Kind of we go back to the regional decks, but we also add all the Pokemon in the Indigo Disc and the Teal Mask. This gets a bit confusing of what counts, because if we go say we start in Reg A, then it's pretty simple. What is allowed is all the Pokemon, you could say Instants allowed. You've also got Sinistcha allowed now, but you've also got the old Pokemon that are in the base game, such as maybe Skeledirge, just as a few random ones. But as soon as you enter the Reg B, it starts getting a bit confusing of what is legal, because is Iron Crown, is that legal? Is Raging Bolt, is that become legal? So I think once you get Reg B and Reg C, it gets a bit weird. Reg D, I don't think could work with this, because you might as well just keep going. But I also think this regional with Indigo Disc and the regional decks with Indigo Disc and Teal Mask is kind of interesting. Things I would expect to see is Incint's going to be good. I actually don't know if Overpawn would be banned, but I could see Incint Amoonguss, not that. Incint Amoonguss is going to still be really good, but I would start down. Incint would be ridiculously good, and Incint would kind of dominate that format. I think you'd all see I think the interesting is you'd see a lot more interesting Pokemon. Say if we go back, we'll see Sylveon instead of Fluttermane. We'll see Archaludon. I also wonder if would the Hisuian Mons be allowed if we got to Reg D? I feel there's a ton. I'd kind of be interested to see if we got this format plus any Pokemon allowed in Legend Arceus. So I feel there's kind of some interesting push and pulls for certain Pokemon on this list. And I've seen jokes of, hey, what if we get a triple restricted format? Because we're starting a restricted format so much earlier. What if we got triple restricted with some craziness we could do with you could have teams like this, which I'm trying to think of. This would be insane. This would be the most insane team ever. Triple restricted. If we get to next year and we're adding more restricteds, this could be very funny, especially if they want to switch things up. There's also the idea of mythicals, although I just think that's not happening. But I definitely do think we should be, well, not right now, but I definitely think there is going to be something interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and spice it up after Worlds by going back to a regional dex thing with your old Pokemon, where you can see kind of your old Pokemon that can't really be the meta now. Kind of your this is a bad example, but Garganacl, it used to be or Garchomp. Garchomp's actually a better example. Was great. Landorus got introduced, gone. Garchomp, as soon as there's other options, kind of just falls off. So I'm wondering we've also got Legend. Well, I would like to see some of these Pokemon back. I think it was a fun meta. We could have Murkrow. Imagine, well, actually, Whimsicott exists, but Murkrow could come back maybe. Murkrow metas would be funny again. That was an interesting meta. But what if we have, like... Well, we also got Legends ZA coming up, so I doubt anything will happen until the next game. But there is time. What if they do change it up? What if they allow, like, Legends ZA mons in? I don't know what it'd be, but we could see the return of Yveltal and Xerneas and, of course, Zygarde. Like, I wonder if they will actually bring back these Pokemon, and to be honest, I'm kind of excited to see where they go after this, because, of course, Double Restrict is the next logical option, but even with that, I would think a regional dex could be really cool. For all, tell me what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.